This podcast will bring light to Hmong-owned businesses so that as consumers, we are confident to give them our business. And as businesses, we become a reliable and trustworthy source to our community. Now, in addition, this podcast serves as a platform to build awareness for Hmong entrepreneurs and businesses while being able to connect with Hmong people all over the world. Now, I see this as an amazing way to grow our Hmong community together and advance into the next era, where Hmong communities are supporting Hmong businesses and Hmong businesses are giving back to their community. Now, I'm excited to share with you the heartbeat of Hmong entrepreneurs, where I connect with Hmong businesses all over to learn more about who they are, what's their business, and how we can give them our support. But most importantly, it's about what makes their heart beat. This is how we can support each other in a growing and evolving community. As a wise man once said, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So let's get rocking. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Heartbeat of Hmong Entrepreneurs. My name is Josh, and today I have with me Shai and Nancy, all right? Now, they are an entrepreneur couple, and I can't wait to hear more about them. Shai is a little bit red from, outdoors work, but we'll have more about that. And for Nancy, we'll learn a whole lot more about them as well. Now, one of the interesting facts, or one of the interesting phrase that they actually registered with said, it's not how you start and it's how you finish. So tell me about that.
You go first?
You go first.
Okay. So, our parents came from overseas to give us a better life, right? Some parents were able to be successful in that, and some parents were not so successful in that, but not that they didn't do their best or not that they tried. It's just like everybody else, we stumble upon roads, upon, steps, and something pull us back, right? Our parents don't teach us anything about financing because they only know what they know. I was very blessed. My parents went from nothing to a good middle wealthy class. So I didn't understand Gates on Ye until I married my husband. That was the first time I stepped foot in a trailer.
Was that a good thing or bad thing?
It's a blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing. It's a blessing.
Humble us down a little bit.
Me down a lot, because I didn't know anything about marrying at 17. I was from Minnesota, long distance relationship. I want to be closer to my husband. I never came to visit him once. Saw him only 3 times in our relationship. And so I was just like, you know what, let's do it. And then I came and I was like, what did I do? Because I came from a good middle class. I didn't understand Gates on Ye until I met my husband, and that was the first time I stepped foot in a trailer. I didn't even know what a trailer looked like, but I did it for love.
Yeah,
and that's how it started. Because Sonye Law, as long as you have each other and the support of each other, you can go far. And we went from a trailer to 2 house to 2 business and continuing.
Yeah.
And within 5 years, my business accumulated over $1 million in sales. And we came from looking at our bank account crying, oh my God, it's in the red again.
Yeah. Not knowing what we're gonna do next, So I mean, that's always a troubling thought, struggle, but proceed on, have faith, and there was nothing able to stop you, So a lot of times, people get discouraged, and they don't choose the right path because they don't understand how to do it. A lot of times, all you gotta do is just move forward, keep marching, keep moving forward. There's a lot of obstacles in front of you, but as long as you know how to, solve it and see it and move it, So, I mean, that's one thing about me is like challenging. I'm always step forward to challenge everything that's in my way. But it's always best to have somebody that is with you to help you along the way. That partner right there, you're gonna have to find. And there's no best partner than your spouse. Somebody that will help you along the way, love you for who you are, and see from the bottom and move forward. So I mean it's always a blessing. It's always great to be able to have. So I think that I'm very blessed to be able to have this beautiful woman with me.
That's an amazing story. Wow. Yeah. So basically, it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Yes, and we're still going. We're still going.
Exactly.
Yeah. there's been a lot of things, a lot of mistakes through the way, you know.
Yes,
A lot of
that's
the time
always.
we're like, how did this happen? Well, pick yourself back up and continue forward, you know, because it's like I've learned that when you open up a business, now y'all, it takes 2 to 3 years just to figure it out. And then another 2 to 3 years to prosper it. And then another 2 to 3 years to push forward and see, you know, what can we do different? How can we, you know, and it just continue and continue, and it gets bigger and bigger and grow more. Patience is definitely something I had to learn, and being humble, learning to be compassionate with other human beings. It was a big one because, you know, I'm just kind of like, I'm a very blunt person, but then time I have to realize that I have to be considerate of others too. And this is where he comes in, you
Yeah,
know?
I saw him smiling. I was like, oh, he got
Yeah.
something to say.
Yeah. So, you know, like it's good to have a partner that you can definitely work well together and understand each other. I mean, don't get me wrong, we get very passionate debates, but
That's always we always say that, you know, it's a passionate conversation that we have amongst ourselves in closed door that moves a lot of it's a lot of heat wave that goes around that's very compassionate, and a lot of people, like, you know, I don't like to use the word argument because that's what we consider that as a passionate conversation, you know. So, you
Mhm.
know, most of the time we lean on each other. You know, she pushed me to do stuff that I'm very uncomfortable with, that I don't think that I could achieve, and she knows me. She, you know, she was like, a little bit of push and you'll get through it. You know, and sometimes, you know, she learns and she leans on me on stuff that, you know, it needs to be a, you know, a second mind to think about it. You know, be a little bit compassionate, think about it, looking at other people's point of view, you know, and stuff like that. So we work very, very well together to be able to balance each other out a lot. You know, I will not choose anybody, you know, other than her, you know, because she's, like I always tell her, she's the angel that sent from the Lord to me and to me only. And that's where, you know, I was able to make that next step, you know, so
yeah.
it's always great.
Yeah.
Oh, I
But
love that.
wait, it's his birthday. He just turned
What?
40 today. Yes.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
荣幸有个.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk about your successful businesses then, you know, like this
Yeah.
is amazing journey that you guys have walked, and just hearing about, you know, where you guys start. And I can't imagine, well, I guess I can imagine, you know, obviously the sky is the limit because, like
Mm-hmm.
you said, it's how you finish, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you guys have a long, long time to go. I mean, man, you just turned 40, man. You got 60 more years to go.
I
Wait,
Yeah.
know.
wait, 梦是一本那个 right? So,
Yeah.
let's see my math is right here. Six, so 80 more years, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if
That's
you get
awesome.
younger every time, you know, I'm always looking for, like, you know, hey, you know, how will I feel when I get mid age, you know, that 40-year mark. But a lot of time, you know, and you feel a lot younger than what you look, you know, because there's a lot of change and a lot of challenge that you gotta see yourself go through, and that's like it's like being a kid, you know, adventure all the time. So
Yeah, yeah. That's the one thing,
just
you
more
know.
expensive adventure. That's it, you know.
More expensive.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Yes. So I want to hear more about y'all's business now. Now let's talk about that.
Okay. So
Who's going first?
should I go first?
Okay.
So go ahead. You wanna, it's your business.
Well, I mean, my business is it's always helping other people. You know,
Yeah.
it's always a challenge to be able to, like, you know, see other things, that see people see, you know, obstacle or you know, things in life that it's a challenge to them because uh, they don't know how to get started. You know, that's why my business is called Shy Service Solution. Is because I try to find every solution to your problem that you have. You know, and most of the time for me, when I started, it's in the lawn care industry because I love outdoors, you know, and I love to be able to be out and about, and so therefore I was like, you know, might as well get paid for do something that I love doing. That's all they always say. So I started doing outdoor stuff, you know, lawn care, landscaping, and then it generate to, you know, construction and stuff like that. But you know, most of the time I love helping people, you know, and that's in the field where other people say, you know, I don't have the time to do it, you know, or I don't have, you know, the equipment to do it, or, you know, and stuff like that. And I'll help them out on that aspect, you know. So my thing is to be able to help other people uh, that can't help themselves, you know. And I always have uh, that there's, like, you know, me able to provide for them will be something, a blessing for me to do, you know. Money is always something that comes and go, but being able to help other people achieve something that they can't do or not able to do or won't be able to see that, something that it's there for them, then, that's something that I strive for,
Yeah.
so.
We are very much about people helping people. We love helping others. I think this, we would have been started this if it wasn't for COVID, actually. Shai started doing odd jobs here and there to, make up for what we were losing, right? Because
Right.
COVID shut down the whole world. And so he was doing odd job, pressure washing, cutting grass and cleaning up, and
Anything
it just and it just like pajan tayo like and everything like that too. And so it was just pretty much anything that was there. And then he truly like fell in love with it. And I said, I'll pick up from it. So from 2019 till now, it's gotten very well for him to the point where like a lot of people anymore. He's very limited, and it's just him. And I help him on the side every now and then. So
Right.
yeah, so like it's definitely grown, and to the point where we were able to do it as a real legit LLC business. Just till 2019, and we were just doing it just to do it to help us. But overall, it's going well, and I see it getting better. We're slowly learning to build a system for him and get everything down on a blueprint and a system gonna help him like keep up with things. And
Right.
so it's been fun working with him, trying to setting him straight, being his bookkeeper, trying not to make him like you got to clean up some.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to be there.
Yeah.
Because for me, I'll just get jobs and I'll just carry on job after job after job, and trying to line it up and get it on time, that's a challenge for me.
Yeah.
I'll get the job, but sometimes I'll underestimate the time or underestimate the pricing and stuff again. And so it drags me a little longer than what it is. But for her to be able to keep me on track, to make sure that everything gets right and get done correctly, that's like I said, it's somebody that I wouldn't change, to work with, because that's somebody who pushed me and said, hey, you need to get this on time, this better, and
accountability
yes,
is what we look. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think we all need that 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think in the business, I think when you're running business and you're in the business as well, it's hard to try to like kind of step back and also like be accountable. Okay, this is also the other things that I need to do. There's other things that I need to do.
Yeah.
And then for someone to sit there and light a fire on our butt, it's gonna help us really, But it sounds like you love what you're doing and you love being on the job, right? On the job site and actually doing the work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I love to be able to transfer something that people don't know, don't understand, don't see, to something that they just dream about, and they're like, oh, that looks really nice after the project or the job's done, So I always tell them, it's like, don't pay me if you're not satisfied, And most of the time I let my customer choose what they want to pay me, which my wife always get on me all the time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
well, we have a soft spot for the old people.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's amazing because
in the
they need help.
community, I was growing out to bartending, I was buy, continue to buy everybody, and so, money, I didn't grow up with a lot, so I never look at money as like an aspect of like, oh, it's okay, and so I help people in that aspect, and they're like, how much is it gonna, for my project or so. And I'm like, well, I mean, I could look up and get the details of everything, but I know everybody has a budget. Just pay me what you think is right, And a lot of time, I should get paid for it. And I always say, pay yourself first, but I always pay myself last. So,
so we're working on that.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
See, that's where the compassionate side comes in.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Well, see, you guys are like yin and yang, right? I mean, you got one side, and then one side still like, all right, compassionate, but still the other side's all right, but you need to think about this too. Yeah. And we all need that. I mean, imagine if Shai was all by himself doing this, man. He probably would be kind of stuck, right?
Yeah.
So I love that about you guys. That's awesome, and that's what couples do too. Married couple helping each other and getting through all the tough times and getting through even the times that we can't see things ourselves as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And how long have you guys been married again?
17 years.
17 years.
17 years.
18 and 17.
Yeah, 17.
Oh man, I should have known better not to ask that question.
Why?
Because
We have
after
to,
y'all get off, someone's gonna be like, "Man, you don't remember how
we
long we've been
Well,
married?"
that's the reason why is because we got two different wedding dates, so depends on where we consider it coming from. Like I said,
Ah,
there's a lot of obstacles along the way. I don't want to go into detail and what my past and my wedding and all that, but that's one of the reasons why we're like if we pick this one, then it'll be this time. We pick this one, it'll be this time. So, either way is right, but
half of my life I've spent with him.
yeah,
absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of the most amazing times if you guys spend with each other. So that's
Yeah,
awesome.
we pretty much grew up with each other. Yeah,
and
pretty
there's a
much.
lot of
Yeah,
yeah.
What do you think is like the most difficult part of getting your business together, getting that business together, up and running?
The most difficult part is definitely, I would say at first you could your equipment, like for Shy's, even for like the salon too, is purchasing the equipment to make your life easier, the tools to make your life easier, because it's a lot of money, and when you don't have that capital for it, it's a little bit challenging. And a lot of thing is some like learning is like, okay, we take up a loan on it, then we pay for it, and then try to get it down as fast as we can without having to pay too much interest, right?
Right.
And then once that can help you, then like Shine, he likes to kind of expand and find tools to, because it's just him, to make his life easier. Definitely when it's just you and not having the right tools, that's very challenging. Doing the service is actually the easy, fun part, right? Going out there and servicing and talking to people is the fun part. And then behind the scene, organizing your taxes, figuring what is what, invoicing, estimate, making sure timing manner is so important, because go estimate it takes you what, a whole month. You're getting nothing, right?
Yeah.
So that's truly important right there, is your time too.
Yeah, because I mean, just trying to get your time right to where if you want to truly help other people, you can. But if you can't get up and going long enough, you got to think about is like, if I can't help myself stay up float, then I can't really help others. And that's something that I had to learn along the way. Is like, if I charge a project and I had to rent all the tools, make sure everything else is right to get the tool there so that I could start the project. And at the end of the day, I'm going down backward where I'm not charging enough. All my time and labor is free. And now I'm coming out of my pocket just to get the tools rental in as well, because I wanted to help them out. Then that's going to hurt me more. So learning the curve of that, understanding it and getting it, the tools and equipment and
Learning pricing,
pricing
learning
and everything else
pricing.
like that. That's the biggest challenge right there, to be able to understand that part, so
Knowing your value and making sure you're pricing right and getting your time worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Because that's going to be the difference between you being able to help more people, right? Like you said,
Yeah.
and having enough like revenue to come in to just hit like even out, and then even in and out. Well, I mean, that's business even out, right? But then what about your personal, right? Your personal side of things like that. That's where, we really need to, so you can pay yourself. Really, that's the biggest part, right? Being able to pay yourself and being able to figure that out. So yeah, absolutely. I can see where that's challenging 100%.
Yeah.
And probably took a couple years too, right?
Oh yeah.
Take a few years.
Yeah.
Because they're still learning along the way,
to change the habit too.
I mean, to understand the industry, understand where I'm going understanding, all the everything that comes in play, and the tax and the profitability, and so just to get above, just to gain a little profit, had to learn everything there, and then I always trying to be able to explain that into detail. Talking to a lot of the other contractors out there and mentors and stuff like that. They're like, you don't want to. You want to make sure you charge correctly, and and upcharge it so you'll make profit. But for me, it's like, the profitability, I'd love to get it. But when I started talking to the customer, and I was like, you know what, okay, I could adjust this to make it work for them. And then it comes down to like, learning it, understanding it. So it's challenging for me to be able to set my price down to where I could help the customer out. But sometimes
mainly
I was
elderly,
going
mainly
yeah. So every time I come out,
I'm a soft-hearted person too, so it's always like, I guess I can make exception this time.
Yeah.
Like, the next time, all right, I'll make another
And
exception.
that's the challenging part, was because the first few years he wasn't really growing, was because he wasn't pricing right.
Yeah, I was
And
doing a lot of work
for
for
free,
free,
yeah,
so
pretty much. And
because
it's
I
pretty
had
much
to,
enough to
yeah.
shut those up.
Sometimes did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes the gas would come out of my pocket,
Yeah.
and because I was working before, and
Mhm.
then when I truly make, like, you know what, I had to leave I wanted to make this a full-time thing, and help other people. So I left my 9 to 5 and just say, what, I'm all in for nothing. And then that's when I really had to learn, like, oh, I can't, where's my capital, where's my funding coming from? Because before I had my other job help fund it, because I might be able to short this week a little bit, but I can still make it up because I'm working. And then now I was like, everything's here. Well, am I short? Where am I getting it from? Now I have to really adjust that. I really had to say no to some other people. It's like, I can't really do that. I had to raise up the price a little bit, so just so I could break even. If I can't do that, I can't come out there to help you, because I really don't have anything to come out there to help you with. So that's the biggest challenge. Like, once I left my other job and not really have that income coming in, that really changed the aspect. Like, I really had to say no.
Yeah, learning how to say no.
So,
Learning how to say no to projects that it's not going to serve you.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
yeah.
100%. It's so hard though. I
Yeah.
understand you, Sean, man. It's so hard to say no, man.
No, you just say no. You just say no.
I still, yeah. She's the one to tell me to say
just
no,
say no.
and I'm like,
I
let me
can't
talk
help
to
you,
my
I'm
wife
sorry.
real quick. She said, no, I'm sorry, I can't really do it.
I always tell them, throw me under the bus. It's okay.
Got you on speed dial, man. It's like that date going wrong, Like, all right, yo, I need 30 minutes. Need you to call me to bail me out with this.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What about the business are you looking to expand?
In a way, I am looking to expand, but it's always a challenge, to be able to find the right people, to be able to have the right, I guess, align with my vision that I wanted to do, and expanding is a little bit challenging for that. So
I think expanding in this particular field is different too, because not a lot of people are willing to, especially young people now, y'all are willing to do labor work like this.
Oh
Because
yeah,
it's hard labor, carrying shingles up to the roof, climbing the ladders, like
right.
hard works like that. Sometimes go hold sheetrock using my head because I'm too short, so I'm like tippy toe using my head to hold the shingles, and like who's willing to do that with him, right? It's a little bit more challenging because not a lot of people is willing to be working so hard for stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
you said roofing, lawn
Painting,
care. What else is there? Pressure
painting,
washing?
yes.
pressure washing.
Windows, yeah.
So I mean, anything that I could able to help,
Mhm.
I'm willing to do to help.
Yeah.
So therefore,
I would say
that's
more
like,
like cosmetic repair. So like if you're doing like a flip on a home and you need some cosmetics repair, or like rental home na y'all, if they need cosmetic work for sure, floorings, painting, caulk, windows, he could definitely do it. Yeah.
So you're like a handyman as well.
Pretty much he is the handyman.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right,
that's
man.
why I got a soft spot and I can't say no. So they're like, can you help me? Yes, of course I can help you.
Like yeah. Like our old, like we just love our old people, and so like it's like even to go nails na and my old people, I'm just like, okay, I'm just like I have like it's about my business, and at the end of the day, it's for me to be able to do what I have to do, my business has to survive, because that's the blood flow, it's the oxygen that I need for my business to survive. Yep.
Yeah, there's one quote that I really remember, and I think it's from Grant Cardone, but it goes something like, no matter how much you want to help people, you can't help people if you can't help yourself.
Oh, for
And
sure.
in
Yeah.
order to be able to help yourself, financial, like the aspect of that is the financial aspect of helping yourself. Once you get to that point where you're financially able to be stable and help yourself, then you can then start to help more people. But until then, there's like no way you can help.
For sure. Yep,
Yeah.
for sure.
So that was like a really long version of it, but it was a much simpler version.
No, we get it. Yeah. Yeah, we get it. Yeah. Yeah,
So
for sure.
handyman, so how far do you travel for your services?
I had to narrow it down a little bit. Before I was traveling anywhere from here to Statesville to Claremont, Taylor, go back to Morganton, because I live in Morganton, and now it's pretty much like maybe Hildebrand, Hickory area. I don't even really service that far anymore, like Valdez, Morganton, so I have to narrow it down so my travel expense won't be too much, too far out, and I could narrow my customer down closer to the home base. So
and there are times where like if he really needs to go farther out, then we'll just charge for the mileage too. Like they'll have to pay for our mileage if they go out a certain mile radius.
What type of like clientele would be a good ideal client for you? Obviously, Johnny and Ninglo, right? I would imagine maybe even like the sons or the siblings or the daughters of these parents, older parents that let you more time, right? And then they can reach out to you guys.
most of the time, probably the older folks, and I do serve. I don't want to be too biased, but Mikana, it's they want to, when they know that you're gonna do it, they want you to do it. You can do it in a time manner for it. But yeah, they're not very. Clear. They're more on point, so therefore it's easier to communicate with them. I find that it's a little bit challenging because and then you kind of put them in like, okay, I got a time from that. I get to
put them in the back burner.
Yeah, so that's always my weak spot. It's like you want to trong day in the day, like that. It's like a challenge to be able to put them on the schedule. So it all depends, maybe.
We also like to work with some investors too.
Yeah, so
to like people with rental homes if they need help with like fixing cosmetic works to flip it real quick for the next tenant. We love helping those people out too. And we don't, like I said, we don't charge arm and a leg. Sometimes they sit like, dude, you're so cheap. And we're like, oh, really? So
got to up that pricing, man.
and that's what every time I goes, dude, they came back and said I'm so cheap. I was like, nah. But then again, it's like we love our Hmong community. And I know there are some people that are like, oh, Hmong 진짜 Hmong chicken, Hmong tayo, Hmong blah, but it's really not like that. Because if you truly look and search, there are a lot of Hmong people out there that love helping and working and trying to help our other Hmong people business. I see like a lot of big Hmong entrepreneurs are up and rising here in North Carolina, and it's exciting to see that we're just kind of like rotating with each other and helping each other. It's like, dude, you do that business, I might as well just come by. Like if I'm gonna give somebody money, then I might as well give you money. And then we just like rotating money back and forth. I mean, why not? Instead of giving it to another ethnicity, and I'm just like in the Bible, right? It's just like in the Jews. That's why I feel like that's why Jews they're like one of the richest people in the world, is because they truly believe like if one Jew is gonna rise, 5 is gonna go with them. Same concept, right? If I'm gonna rise, I'm gonna take 5 with me. Why not?
It's like helping each other, man. That's the part, right? She possibly, and I love that, like you said, I love that community of entrepreneurs and Hmong entrepreneurs coming up right now, or in this last couple years, and it's very, very exciting. And I'm super excited to see, where the future holds for the Hmong entrepreneur community here. And so, okay, I've got about 5 minutes left. How can they reach out to you? Like, where can they reach you at? Do you have a website? Facebook?
Yeah, so you guys could definitely find us on Shy Service Solution on Facebook. And his number is 828-448-4614. I have to look because sometimes I'll be giving my number out. You guys could just message him on his Facebook page, or you can go to our if you know our personal Facebook page, it's Shy and then the letter N, Nancy. And you guys can message us there too. We do our best to answer you in a timely manner. And then, then any pa with like, pressure washing, koche, roofing, larachi, like your walls are broken, or something like that, painting. We are here to help you. And we'll come and look and see what we can do for you. We will definitely do it. We love helping, like I said, we love helping the community. We have a soft spot for them. And it's just because we want, I feel like you know.
Oh yeah.
So it's it's time. It's our time to it's our time to catch up and rise. And I see that a lot lately here, and I love it. Our younger generation, you can make we're doing such an amazing job, and I'm so proud of us here. Yeah.
100%. Yes, I'm with you on that. What about you? Shy, got anything to say?
I'm sorry, I'm the talker here.
No, you're good. Yeah.
So I'm just
You're the
spraying on.
spokesperson.
Yeah, I'll come and get the work done. Like I say, if it don't meet your standards, your expectation, you don't have to worry about anything else. It's on me. So that's always my motto, to be able to tell my community is like, I'm here to help out any way that I can, and if I can't help it, we'll find a way to be able to do it together. Find somebody with a special skill to be able to accomplish something that you wanted to get done. So I mean, that's always me right there. So if you know me, that's me. And I'm a man with few words, but I do what I can. So
So one final question is, which I haven't asked yet, which I've said I will ask everybody, is what makes your heart beat as an entrepreneur?
Be able to see the expression in their face says everything.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I said that. If I see it and I was able to change it and make you feel like, man, you waited so long to get this done. If I would have met you earlier to get this done faster and quicker, or make it to see where I want to do it, that's priceless. So I always be able to willing to help people to make sure that they accomplish something for them, and that's me. It makes me drives me to do something every day.
Definitely, especially when you don't realize like and the old ladies look, well, thank you, and they cry. You're just like, oh my god, I just want to cry with you.
Yeah. I mean, there are the genuinely out there that they can't get help, or they don't have anyone else anymore, and they're so old and they can't do it themselves. This has been an amazing interview, and I love you guys for what you guys are doing. All right, everyone. So this is Shy Service Solutions, right?
Yes.
And then you have a nail business, so maybe we'll have to come back again and talk about your nail business.
For sure. Yeah. Today supporting my husband though, for sure. We want to
100%. So thank you both so much. Shy and Nancy, thank you for coming on the show. This is the Heartbeat Among Entrepreneurs, and I am Josh, and we'll see you guys on the next podcast. All right, have a good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Before I let you go, I just want to thank you to all my listeners, to all my guests, future and past, for being here on our channel. Thank you so much. My name is Josh. If you love what I'm doing, for the cost of a cup of coffee per month, your support will help me continue on this mission to connect with more entrepreneurs all over. But it also helped me to maintain this channel, the software, and equipment that's needed to make this the best possible experience for you, my listeners. Now, your support can be canceled at any time, so don't worry about that. Thank you so much for your support and being a listener, and I hope that you will join me on my next episode. This podcast is sponsored by Marketing Executions, a digital marketing agency for local businesses. You can find out more at www.marketingexecutions.com.